How's it going, everybody? We have a big PlayStation Plus update. We have a day one release headed to Plus Extra, which, want to see more of this? If they're gonna jack up the price of Plus Extra, the least you could do is offer us some better day one titles as well, or I should say more consistent day one titles, because we get them here and there. We saw Stray last year, we've gotten a couple here and there, but more consistent, Sea of Stars, of course, more consistent offerings would be a great thing, and we're getting a pretty notable one later next month, so we'll talk about that. Couple of delays that are happening to games that were scheduled to come out in just a few weeks, to be perfectly honest. A game that was scheduled for October and a game that was scheduled for November. In the case of Banishers Ghost of New Eden, very much agree with the delay, but the rhetoric attached to it and the thought process is kind of humorous, and I'll get into that at the end of this video. But first of all, Teardown has been added to the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium lineup for the month of November. So this is a major addition, as I've been saying for a while. It is on Sony now that they've increased the price point of Plus Extra and Premium to also offer more value to subscribers. Generally speaking, let me be honest with you guys, when it comes to subscription services jacking up their price point, that's usually not the case. Usually the case is the price point goes up and the value either remains the same, at least the content offerings remain the same, or it even goes down, because the idea with the subscription service is always going to be, we need to price it competitively to get as many people in the door as possible, but then the focus at some point has to shift to, okay, we got people's foot in the door, how much money can we get out of them without increasing the value proposition that much? Because increasing the value proposition while increasing the price eats away at their profits. It's a pretty basic concept to understand, but at the same time, I've never seen as egregious of a price increase as Sony pulled with Plus Extra and Premium, so I'm expecting a value proposition increase, at least to an extent. And with that, I would love to see more day one titles, and Teardown will be headed to Plus Extra and Premium on November the 15th, which is a very nice addition, as this game has been in early access on PC for a while now, and it's been received very, very well. So there's an in-depth PlayStation blog post that I want to read some of from Marcus Dawson, CEO over at Tuxedo Labs. And it already seemed like this game had a bit of a partnership with PlayStation. I saw a lot of the promotional content being attached to PlayStation. So now, the blog post notes, hello again, everyone. In May, we announced that our voxel-based destruction game would be coming to PlayStation 5. And now I'm excited to share that Teardown will land on consoles on November 15th of 2023. And it's our immense privilege to announce that the game will be a part of the PlayStation Plus game catalog on day one, available with Plus Extra and Premium memberships. We're also taking this opportunity to announce a series of new missions, maps, vehicles, and other content coming to Teardown over the next year, along with the game's first ever season pass. Below, you'll find more details on the upcoming campaign expansion, some new game modes, and a sneak peek at a couple of surprises still to come. But first, a quick recap on the game itself. Let's go through that. There are many ways to play Teardown, but when you first jump into the game, we recommend starting with the story campaign, which has 40 levels that challenge your creativity and logic. Each level begins with a main task, such as stealing or destroying certain objects, and a series of bonus challenges. You must then use tools, weapons, and vehicles to figure out how to get the job done, sometimes racing against a clock. You'll have a time to plan your approach and set up your path, but you'll never know what unexpected obstacles you'll encounter. Once you've gotten the hang of the campaign and explored some of the more structured game modes, you can take on the freeform sandbox mode. In sandbox mode, you can explore all of the maps you've unlocked in the campaign without limitations, obliterating them to the ground with every tool in your toolbox. And within sandbox mode, you'll find creative mode, which flips the script on Teardown and offers you the chance to build up. Using all sorts of materials and building tools, you'll get the opportunity to construct your own buildings, sculptures, foliage, and more. And then, if you wish, destroy that too. Alongside Teardown's launch on PS5, we will release the Time Campers DLC, a campaign expansion set in the Wild West. And the new expansion adds to the experience in many different ways, introducing a new storyline that takes you back in time, equips you with old-fashioned weapons and tools, and sets your destructive sights upon a dusty mining town. It's a departure from the contemporary setting of Teardown's main campaign, but the heist concept feels right at home in the era of elaborate bank robberies. We had a lot of fun creating new maps and tools out of period, appropriate materials, exploring new types of architecture, and introducing new interactive elements like the horse and wagon. Beyond Time Campers, we're also looking forward to future DLCs. They note a couple more DLC. Next spring, they'll have the Folk Race DLC that'll take it a step further, putting you behind the wheel of a fleet of unique vehicles to take on new racing modes and destructive challenges. After Folk Race, they have 2 more DLCs planned in 2024. So That is everything with Teardown. You're gonna have the game day one available on Plus Extra and Premium, so that's great. There will be, if you do want to buy the game, a standard edition available at $29.99. That'll include the base game, which that'll be available on Plus Extra and Premium. Then a deluxe edition at $40. That'll include the downloadable content of Time Campers and Falk Race, and then Ultimate Edition. That'll include the base game, both of the aforementioned DLC packs, the upcoming 3rd and 4th DLC packs, and an in-game robot item. Now, Teardown's been available for quite a while on PC going back to April of 2022. It's had 71,000 reviews and 96% of those reviews have been positive. So it's gotten a stellar reception on PC and now it is making the transition to PlayStation 5 and it will be on Xbox Series, but it will not be on Game Pass, surprisingly. A lot of the times when these games do come day one to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium, they also come to Xbox Game Pass at some point. Sea of Stars is a perfect example of that, where I think the game got announced for Game Pass first and then it also got announced for Plus Extra and Premium, but who knows, maybe it'll end up on Game Pass as well, and they're working out a deal on that. That remains to be seen, but the game first launched in early access all the way back in 2020, actually, and then the full release happened in 2022. Got my timelines a little mixed up, but you guys get the idea. Looks like an interesting game, and I think as an addition to Plus Extra and Premium, a lot of people will actually end up checking it out. Finally, a couple things to note. First of all, Cities Skylines 2 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series has been delayed until spring of 24. Now, the game will still be hitting PC via Steam on October 24th. I believe this means that the Game Pass release might end up getting delayed on PC as well. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work. The message notes, hello city building enthusiasts, we are sharing an update with you on the upcoming launch of Cities Skylines 2. We are hard at work preparing the game for our release on October 24th. While doing so, we have realized that we need more time to reach the quality targets we have set for console, as we want to provide the best experience for our players possible. We are updating the release window for Xbox and PlayStation 5 to spring of 24. The additional time allows us to focus on matching the quality and performance across all platforms. We'll share more updates on the console release window soon. As work on optimization continues, we're also updating the minimum and recommended PC specs. In the meantime, we are excited to welcome PC players to build their dream cities on October 24th. Yes, a lot of this is for optimizing the game, but you know what? Getting out of that end of October period is going to be advantageous for a lot of these games. Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, those are going to be monster releases at the end of October. Ghost Runner 2, no slouch either, but, you know, Cities Skylines 2 would have done okay against just Ghost Runner 2. It would have been fine, but Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 2, that's a little bit more daunting of a task, but nevertheless, the game has been delayed for consoles until spring of 24. And then lastly, Banishers Ghost of New Eden has been delayed until February 13th of 2024. Now, this one's interesting. So this is done by Don't Nod Entertainment, Life is Strange Vampire Guys. Looks like a pretty cool game. I think this game being priced at $70 is gonna be a risk. We've looked at new IPs, Callisto, Forspoken, Immortals of Aveum. Those games at $70 just did not resonate, and maybe they wouldn't have resonated at $60 either, but this is one that I do feel like that $70 price tag is going to be something that's a worrying concern. And the fact is, it was coming out in early November, attached to so many other big game releases. However, okay, so this is what they posted. We have decided to postpone the release of this new franchise by 3 months as the market is experiencing an intense release cycle for AAA game titles on PC and consoles at the end of the year. We are convinced that a commercial release of Banishers Ghost of New Eden during a less saturated period will give it the attention it deserves. Guys, February, well, I would say it's not as crazy as October. Bear in mind the February calendar hasn't been fully finalized yet, but we already know Persona 3 Reload, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, there's definitely, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, and there's definitely gonna be other titles. End of January also has Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and there's definitely other games coming out in that period as well. Tekken 8 is out right around that time frame as well. So there's gonna be a lot of games coming out around Banishers Ghost of New Eden as well, and I think $70 for this game is gonna be something that's gonna be a hard sell for a lot of people. And in the past, Don't Nod's titles have gone on sale fairly quickly, and Focus Entertainment published titles have gone on sale fairly quickly. Vampire, if I recall correctly, went into the bargain bin pretty quickly after release, and I like that game as well, but I'm just worried about this game from a $70 price tag standpoint, and again, you're going to February, but February isn't exactly a slouch when it comes to big new game releases, so we'll see how that turns out. The game itself, I think, looks really good. I think there's a lot to be interested in with Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. It's just $70, and yeah, February is also stacked with game releases, and again, I thought Callisto looked great going into the release of that game. Immortals of Aveum, I really did enjoy that game, but the $70 price tag, a lot of games are going to be able to get away with it. A Spider-Man 2 is going to be able to get away with it and do fine, but some of these new IPs, I do think that's going to be a little bit of a hurdle for people, you know, to go over, so we'll see. Maybe I'm out to lunch on that take, but again, I feel like we've seen this happen a couple times, and it's not just happening to bad games. I don't think Immortals of Aveum is necessarily a bad game. It's just that $70 for that game is wild, but that'll do it for me. Again, Teardown headed to PlayStation Plus. Big update on that. So Plus Extra and Premium get some value in the month of November. City Skylines 2 delayed to spring of 24. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden delayed until February. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.